Olá, colegas da nossa Conexão São Paulo, no 5º Congresso Brasileiro de EMDR. Tenho o prazer de estar aqui falando com a Kinga Komarzinska, que vai explicar um pouco para nós sobre o trabalho dela no âmbito do EMDR na dimensão humanitária e também outros projetos que ela tem desenvolvido. So, thank you, Kinga, for talking to us about your relationship with EMDR, and like to know a little bit more about your experience in terms of EMDR and the humanitarian approach.
At the moment, I'm involved in providing some trauma relief or trauma education in the different parts of UK, and we look into addressing trauma or offering EMDR to refugees or in different kind of paths. So part of the humanitarian place is about education of people in low-income countries where they don't have access to clinicians.
Proper treatment.
They, first of all, they have no money, they have no understanding, so they maybe have access to the medical first aid, but actually we would like to raise awareness of the psychological first aid. And and definitely the kind of countries need that, and we're doing that in other countries. But at the moment we also do it with the refugees in Manchester, for example. When recently we've tried a GTAP with a group of men from Syria, and it's basically part of it is we associated with Trauma Aid in UK, which is the humanitarian charity that basically supports any kind of humanitarian work. So
yeah. I'd like to know if the use of the GTAP, of this protocol that is specific for the humanitarian and group intervention, does it work well with people from other cultures, like in the Syrians that you're mentioning?
Absolutely. It's a really nice structure. I think because it's very visual. And also we often just say, whatever symbol you can sketch, you can draw a picture, you can use your own language to describe it. And we don't need to, really truly understand. That's the beauty of it. Actually, with the traumatic, we don't ask, we don't share. But it's something about the experience of having, going through the process together. So I've witnessed, what GTAP does within a family. So there was one family with different members together, but also with from different countries. So I've had a group where within the group there were people from different countries, with different traumas, and they were still able to process their own traumas
and
together.
To find connection between them.
And to have and I think this is something about that connection, that actually we are connected because we survived, we are connected because we're here, and it's not easy, but it's something very empowering that we can be brave together, we can be together in the pain, in that journey as well. And we've noticed as well that actually together it's something about the resilience, something about empowering, something about sharing something very, very sensitive, something very that normally we don't want to share. That actually people, it's normalizing, which is quite powerful. And
brings the humanity back to the group.
Brings that humanity. This is actually normal. We're doing something that this is part of who we are. And actually we the healing bit, that's what, not necessarily only GTAP but EMDR. What I absolutely love about it is it's triggering the healthy way of digesting things. So it's almost like whatever that healthy digestion, that processing things was stopped by something overwhelming. And EMDR, it's almost like getting rid of that block.
And bring back this capacity.
Sometimes when, depending on the kind of metaphor I'm using, but sometimes I'm using, when we talk about trauma, it's almost like when you eat something that's overwhelming for the digestive system, and you sit with it, and the body really cannot digest it. And this is a little bit like with the mental trauma, being overwhelmed with mentally. Sometimes it's not a nice metaphor, but sometimes I'll kind of say, actually EMDR is like almost like getting rid of the thing.
Of the bad stuff.
Of the bad stuff. And then once it's out, it's not a nice process, it's not easy process, but once it's out, that feeling.
Regain.
And the body starts healing. The body starts actually doing what it's supposed to do. And I think that's the power of EMDR. It's almost like, and it comes from within. So it's not us doing something, we're just triggering that healthy process.
That it's already there in the person.
The potential is already there. we almost like facilitate.
And this is your second time here in Brazil that the Brazilian EMDR Association brings you.
Yes.
What has it been like to work here with Brazilians? Is it very different than your experience in other countries?
It's always different. I work with different cultures. However, it's amazing when every time I'm here, and it's not that other countries are not as warm. However, there's something about Brazil, and I've said it a few times, that there's something about Brazil that is that resilience and using resources. So here I can see that, you know, even with a little resources, you do amazing things. It's almost like kind of the energy that it's almost that flow of that river. You know, we sometimes underestimate the water that is kind of still, but in Brazil it's almost that river is like waterfall. It goes in, and the energy is really positive. It's really beautiful. You know, it's a country of many difficulties and challenges, but it's amazing because before I came to Brazil with the GTAP, my main picture of Brazil was probably what's on media. When I left Brazil, the pictures, the people's faces, smiles, amazing action, you know, unity, that almost like willingness to you know, find a way. I think that's what I love about it. It's like, okay, I can't go this way, never mind. There's another
flexibility.
way. There's a flexibility. You learned how to work with what you've got. And along with that, it's almost like you really embrace diversity, culture, you know, different kind of things. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a pleasure to come here, and it's a pleasure because when the first time I came here, and I felt, oh, it's going to be quite interesting to see something different, to, you know, to spread GTAP, which I'm very passionate about. But I left thinking, you know, something beautiful happened, and I knew when I left, it's not going to be just me visiting and nothing's going to happen. It's something started, and I think that's what really, I took that away from me, that the process that started there was already in motion, but I was part of it, and it was a privilege to be part of it.
Great.
Okay.
I want to thank you for this interview, and it's great to know that you're part of this history, Rede Solidária, and all of this project from the Brazilian EMDR Association.
Even when you've said it right now, I was like, I'm not really doing anything. It's you who
yes,
are, you know,
well,
but it's a pleasure.
Catalyzes, eh? Brings this
pleasure.
possibility.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So this was the second time, and we hope to have you here more often.
You don't have to invite me, just say when. I'll be here.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.